So this is week 2 of our van build, and we got a good bit accomplished, I think so, in a little bit of time that we had.
More of the tedious stuff that you don't really notice on the surface, not like walls or ceiling or anything like that, just things that had to be done in order to actually build out the van.
You can probably see a little bit from this video that we cleaned up a lot. Like, we literally washed out this van, took down the walls, took off the floor, and did a new subfloor.
Insulated also, the floor.
Yeah.
So inside the floor, as you saw, it had a plywood subfloor that came from the factory, and it was rotten, and on top of that was some rubber that was glued to that. We took all of that up. Underneath wasn't too bad. There was some surface rust where the paint was gone. We cleaned all that up. There's a couple holes that we patched in the wheel wells on each side, and then we resealed the floor with some really heavy-duty KILZ sealing or water sealing paint, and then insulated the floor, added a Birch subfloor, and then added a vinyl hardwood flooring, planked hardwood flooring on top of that. So visually, that's the biggest thing that you'll see in this video. What you won't see in this video was a little bit of maintenance items that we did to the van itself. I fixed a leaking turbo oil return line that was leaving spots in our driveway. We did an oil change. We got
a new bumper. New rear bumper. The van didn't come with one bumper. It came with a bumper, but not installed. So I got that put on. Fixed the trailer wiring, so if we want to pull a trailer, we can do that. Fixed the brake lights, actually. We also fixed Colin fixed all the doors, so now they all open and close. For the outside, we've gotten most of the vinyl off, and we plan to clean it up a little bit more. We talked about painting the van itself, but we aren't too sure right now just because of price. And we might do that later depending on if we have money left over from our build. And I am going to start listing everything that we paid for in the description, and you can see everything that we bought for this video, and you can see the price that we spent for this video. And a lot of people asked how much we spent on the van and how many miles it had in the comments to the last video. We spent $3,800 on the van, and it had how many miles?
305,000 miles.
So we got the flooring up. Now it's time to clean the floor. All this trash is left over from the person we bought the van from. Colin, you want this Twizzler? Found you a Twizzler.
No, that came from the ashtray here. Twizzler? Oh, no.
It's yellow.
So it was a water van, so some water did leak. So there is a little rusting around the seam welds here. So I'm just going to clean up some of these spots and see if any of them need to be patched. We do have a hole right here. I don't think it goes outside. I got to see where it actually goes, but we're going to clean up these spots while the floor is still dirty and see how bad the rust is. I don't think it's too bad. I think it's mostly just surface stuff, except for a few holes. Ready?
So I know y'all guys are gonna be disappointed, but
I had to take that decal off. Almost completely done with this side. And then I have a whole nother side to do. Enjoy. Good morning. So today we're going to go to Lowe's and we're going to get started on our subflooring, which is so exciting. We had to find installation and now get some plywood, and then we can finally put our flooring down. We kind of started picking out what colors we want. I can show those to you. They were right here. I don't know where to call them, but so these are the flooring samples we picked up, and we're kind of stuck between these two. This one's actually showing up a little bit more brighter on the camera. We know we're not gonna go with that one, but we want something that's really thin so it doesn't add any height. And this one is 3.2 thickness, and this one's 3.4, I think. No, this one's 4. So these are the two that we're choosing between. I kind of like this one. Colin kind of likes that one. So we haven't really decided yet. So while Colin's working on cutting out the insulation for the bottom of the van, I'm working on cutting out a template for when we put the plywood down. We can follow this. I used just a weed barrier because I had it left over. You can see I already used it to paint one time. And I just cut it out so we can follow it when we're cutting out the subfloor. That's where Colin is. So we have the first layer down. We have this one cut to go down next. So we have foamed around the edges to fill the gaps, and then we're going to go in and cut off all the foam, and then we can start on our flooring.
I'm just taping up the seams right now.
One little setback that did happen to us. We did not want to use screws in our van at all, because we didn't want it to go underneath the van and have access for water or moisture to come in. But our glue did not hold as well as we thought it would do. We used this stuff, which everyone seemed to use. So we had to go and add.
The glue dried faster than we could get the wood down. So it was already kind of dry when we put the wood down, so in some spots it wasn't tacky, it didn't adhere as well as it should. So we had to put some screws in some spots just to hold it down.
This is so exciting. Colin's putting the floor in. What was you about to say?
I think we should glue the ends.
And we have a finished flooring. Oh, we're late into the night putting this together. Got a little trim piece here. Finishes it off pretty well. We plan to have a cabinet here that probably will hold the fridge, so we're not going to finish that right now. But there she is. And then for week 3, what we're going to do next week, we plan to start on the wiring, probably start framing out the van, and we have a fan on the way. We also want to start on windows, but we haven't ordered those yet. We're still trying to decide exactly what windows we want, which windows are the safest.
And once the windows are in, it kind of opens the door to where we're going to lay things out, where stuff is going to be wired, and then also insulating the van itself.
Oh yeah, insulating.
We have to figure out what windows we want where to see how much insulation to order, and then also where to run the wiring. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of the wiring that I know won't be in the way of the windows, but yeah, until those windows get installed on the sides and then the sliding door, we got to figure out about insulation.
So look for week 3.